He very deliberately, dedicatedly goes for the feet to bite them.
My bird does that too, not my parakeets. I also have 2 Senegal
Why
parrots.
are you letting birds near your feet?
When I'm like I'm sitting cross-legged, like on a chair or something, and I have specifically my bird Pappy sitting like on my thigh, he'll try to just go down and bite my feet. I don't know why he does it. My other one, Ringo, he doesn't. Only Pappy, and I don't know why.
Ferrets,
He's intimidated by the weird worm toes.
Ferrets and birds know things about our feet we probably don't wanna explore ourselves. And we won't! Instead, let's explore random drivel at the AWKWARDCast. That was the segue. Hello and welcome everybody to the AWKWARDCast where ANY and Keyframe wonder about random drivel. And today, with I know, it's how I do. And today with us for the very first time, the Hannah that does VO. Welcome to the show, Hannah.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, pleasure having you. But since this is your first time with us, everybody is in the audience is probably, including us, wondering. Who are you? What do you do? Even though it's kind of in your name. And why should people care?
Alright, well, as I just said, my name is Hannah. I am a professional voice actor. I also draw, I sing, and I work at a bird store, so expect that a lot. I come home covered in bird poop every day, but that's fun. I've been voice acting since 2018. Started with an abridged series. Now I'm in some games that you've probably never heard of. And I've been booking some stuff recently that's also very fun, and maybe you should keep an eye on that.
Well, there you go. There you go. Some people may know Hannah from The Friendlock Season 2. She is our local Club Penguin, Delibird, who was a delight, and also she helps me with collecting the fan art for the streams because she runs Derek's fan art Twitter.
Mm-hmm. And the amount of times people have called me salty, I'm not gonna say they don't read the bio.
They don't.
No. Every time I ran a gimmick account for my friend Alejandro once, a no context Kaggy Films. People kept thinking I was him and said, "Hey, react to this video, Kaggy," even though it said in the bio that I'm not him.
But I mean, it clearly says salty DK then art retweets, and I'm gonna be on Chrissy's and Ains podcast. So this is salty. It says salty in the name. So I am very. The evidence is right there.
I'm sorry, Hannah. He's like this all the time. It's not a you thing. It's an everyone thing. But yeah, so what have you been up to lately, Hannah? Have you been slaying any dragons, rescuing any damsels, besides getting bitten by your bird, apparently?
I mean, think about it like this. We all basically in recent history agree that birds are basically the last remaining dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are kind of like dragons, so birds attacking her feet is very, very close to wrangling dragons. Just saying it.
I mean...
So yeah, what have you been up to?
Aside from voice stuff, I've been drawing a little bit again. I'm trying to get some Dragon Ball stuff done for Halloween. I've got 2 designs done so far of Vegeta and Cell. I'm working on Goku right now.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
And at some point, I want to make, Sensu Bean Bag shaker charms, because I think shaker charms are cool, and I like the sound.
I love shaker charms. They're very satisfying. Good. I saw my friend Sophie, who does some amazing pins, had shaker charms at Winnie City that she had a few left, and so I bought them from her so I could have them at my game show. And there was a little Steven Universe one with little cookie cats. And I kept shaking it in my hand while I was doing the show because you can't hear it if it's muffled in your hand. But it was a satisfying feeling.
Yeah.
Felt like I was shaking an infant. It was great.
Thing for me, I'd love to make them mainly just because of the sound. I'm with visual, with sensory stuff, I'm more of an audio person than a hands-on person. I just find sounds a lot more satisfying than like textures.
I've heard that because I'm trying to work on like sensory toys to sell at conventions because I know there's a lot of people that get overwhelmed at cons, and whether you're ASD or anything, like, you know, having a little thing to center yourself is good. And it started like not an argument, but a discussion between sensory toys that are like feelings and ones that make noise, and it's like these are two very different things. Because everyone was like, I want silky textures. I want something that can crackle in my hands. Which is very, very interesting.
So we have this toy for our ferrets we call Frankie, which is a little Frankenstein's monster. And it also has something crinkly in it. And we are not sure if the boys like it or not, but it's a thing that it does. So I assume some animals also enjoy that.
Yeah.
Also, I guess this is just one regular charm.
Oh, that's so cute. Did you draw that, Hannah?
I did. I drew that, and then I sent it over to Vograce, the design, and then they shipped that out to me.
Yes, Vograce. Great to get your stuff in a pinch. It looks really good. But yeah, so you're making Dragon Ball thingies.
Yes.
Awesome. So nothing else besides that? No stories from the bird store?
Let me see.
There has to... The birds didn't commit any hijinks?
I mean, this like... Because this bird shows up occasionally, there was a bird at work named Harley who would call me a fucking asshole for no reason.
The bird?
Like, yes! The bird! He's like, fucking asshole. And he said it just...
Oh. I'm on a wavelength with second-hand bird, or were just the kids visiting the store teaching him that?
I don't know. I guess it's its owners, because like we board birds, like which means basically if the owners are going on a trip somewhere, they can.
So like a
leave
pet
bird
kennel.
with us. Kind of like that's just part of our store. Like one part of it's selling birds and bird stuff, other half is boarding.
Mm-hmm.
And like sometimes, like there was a cockatoo once named Jack, who we were watching for a while, who just randomly out of nowhere just said bitch. Like it was sitting on the front counter with its owner there, and just said bitch, and then started snuggling with me.
Nice. True Casanova.
And
You have to wonder what it's like, what a bird owner's like prerogative is, where you're just like, what are you doing, Max?
He came to me. I'm innocent.
Aw, hi, Rocket.
Good
Sweet baby boy. I helped name this one.
I pay you with exposure for being a good boy.
Aw, big yawns.
Yeah.
But no, you have to wonder what a bird owner's prerogative is when it comes to teaching the words.
Look, he doesn't even want to
There's,
go.
there's teaching, and the birds just learning on their own, because that can happen a lot. You can just talk around a bird, and they can pick it up. That doesn't always happen, but it can. Like, I talk to my birds all the time, but they don't really talk. One of them just mimics the microwave, and they make laser beam noises.
I want to know if there's one that imitates a low battery smoke detector. You know, like the.
I'm sure they do.
Because you know that people don't change those batteries and they just deal with the beeping.
Yeah.
I made a mistake.
What happened?
He's actually condemned and remains here, and I cannot control the computer anymore.
Oh, good job, Max. You have to put him down.
This is what I mentioned before. Rocket actually became very used to us and is a lot more accepting of us. Himbo doesn't remain 10 seconds on your arm. Rocket is awake and just like, okay.
You need to put him down. We have a podcast to do.
Oh, baby, I'm sorry.
You can hold him every other moment of the day.
Yeah, but he usually is not that much enjoying it, so it must be the podcast. He enjoys the attention. Look, now he's running away.
Well, maybe you should get one of those little baby slings and just put him in there so your hands would be free.
I'm not sure if this would be enough of attention for him. No, he needs a full program.
I've also seen people who put on hoodies backwards so their pet can be in the hood.
Oh, that is genius, and I'm wearing a hoodie. Why didn't you say this before?
I didn't think about it, okay? But yeah, so... No, Rocket is the new guest. Magical, what about Hannah? Hannah, I think, is a bit more important than a ferret.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, Hannah, but I mean, your bird, Hannah, from your point of view, your birds or a guest?
Are they?
Wait, what? Oh.
No, or a guest, not are they a guest.
Oh.
Like,
my birds or a guest.
Like, if you were hosting a show, who would be more important, the guest or your birds?
I mean, it would depend on the situation.
It's
if
not
what's happening with my birds, then they're automatically going to be more important. And if they're just chilling, then I'm going to be focusing on the guest.
Get your damn beagle so you can understand where we are coming from.
Okay, look, I want one, okay? I want it. But, what, you think that once I have a beagle, I'm gonna just focus on that and not the show?
No, not
I had a
full.
beagle.
Oh. My grandma had a beagle.
I love beagles. I love them so much.
They're very good.
Yeah.
I love them to the point that I did derail part of a trip to a theme park because I saw a woman with 2 beagles.
Point in case. Thank you for confirming.
We were walking through the theme park and I saw this lady who had 2 beagles sitting on a bench and I was like, oh. And Max is like, you want to go ask if you could pet them, don't you? I was like, yeah. And then while I was petting them, him and the woman were making fun of me. And they could have done that in German, so I wouldn't understand, but they were speaking in English.
Yeah. It would be, otherwise it would be impolite to make fun of you when you can't understand it.
I'm sorry, you don't bring 2 adorable dogs and expect people to not want to pet them. You know what you're doing. If you get a beagle, please name them Snoopy. I'm not naming my dog Snoopy. I'm not letting a podcast name my dog. There's a question for the week. What should my dog's name be? But yeah, so if that's what's just going on in your life, Hannah, Max, you actually went somewhere this week.
I did. How did you find out? Oh, right. Because I didn't have...
You literally tweeted about it.
Yes. And we never tweeted pictures about it, but I have something better than a picture. I have a poster! And this time I actually paid money for taking it. Not that I ever would take posters of events without paying for them. But
Totally.
In my defense, it was Keyframe.
But no, don't. Okay, no. You are not telling the full story there.
I mean,
you are not telling the full story there.
The full story is I was considering getting one of those posters.
You were not considering. You kept saying it over and over throughout the day that you
I
wanted to take
would do it. And then you run ahead and just start peeling it off the wall by yourself without your lookout and your tall person who can actually read the top corners.
Because we were tired and we wanted to go home.
Yeah, so let the tall person do what the tall person does best.
But yeah, so you went out. Let's go.
Yes, so
that.
Exactly. So for people who are not aware of the long-running internet show for 10 years now, Welcome to Night Vale, they also do stage shows, as curious as this might seem. That's actually a good point. So some people might have actually seen it before. Welcome to Night Vale. I could imagine that one or another of you have seen this. No, not downloading. Opening a new tab. God damn it. I'm new to the internet, so please. Oh no, it's one of those pages where it automatically downloads. I guess I open it like this then. Blip. So yeah, Welcome to Night Vale. I believe people might have seen this before. Super running. Night Vale. It's a show where basically it started out, specifically, it grew a little bit in complexity and whatnot, but it started out as a fake radio show. You have this radio host, I believe I even talked about it on the AWKWARDcast as a media, so long time ago. But yeah, so you have the host, Cecil, who is a radio host. So it's a fictional radio show, and you have him talking about what's happening in Night Vale, making public service announcement and whatnot. And the entire gist of it is that it's basically a very dystopian, Lovecraftian, spooky town. So there are robed figures running around, there are mystical beings everywhere, dimensional portals, entities that are just Lovecraftian in nature, a secret police that comes and... what? We can't read the text. Yeah, I know! Wait, I can try to make it... Oh, wait. Yeah, now it's not just smaller, now it's too small. Zip. Yeah. Oh, now it's gone. Bye, image. No, but it's hard to tell where the great Windows thing starts and the rest ends. If I click to find, so here, welcome to Night Vale. So, better. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I could quickly flop, have a face. But yeah. That is basically the overall gist of the show. That it's like, radio show. I can link down below. But yeah, they grew so much in popularity that they turned from this show that I don't think it was originally on YouTube, but by now it's completely uploaded on YouTube. It grew so much in popularity that at some point they actually started to do stage shows. And literal, does it say it on here or does it only say it on the t-shirt? Oh, no, it does say it down here. Like, literally, it is the World Tour 2022. They are an American thing and they literally have stage shows around the globe. And apparently fans around the globe, otherwise those stage shows would be very empty. So yeah, the original cast travels around and had a show here in Berlin. I believe even more than one, because I saw the days before and after. I actually also saw people running around in merch and stuff. Something to say. The stage show is a little bit different from in mood and energy from the actual show, because the actual show is just audio. And especially Cecil, the host, is very straight in his demeanor and how he talks and whatnot, unless he's gushing about it over his crush. Then he gets completely like, ooh, oh, Carlos. But yeah, the stage show, the person who plays him is an absolute goofball in real life, and he's like goofing the hell out of it on stage, like making faces, making awkward movements and whatnot. But it's still an entertaining show. So if I would highly recommend checking out the podcast first, or whatever you want to call it, the radio play first. Because the show, it also has certain continuity, like characters get introduced, stuff changes, relationship statuses, who is the mayor of Night Vale, and so on. And the show is, while it's not necessarily to be completely up to date with the canon, I would assume, the show had a few things where Denim and I were like, oh, okay, we are not up to date. We didn't know about that thing. So while it works as a standalone, you probably want to at least be familiar with the thing itself. But yeah, a fun experience. We were there on Wednesday, and I dare to say that not much else happened this week, I dare to say. Thinking. Not really. Now I guess I still have to stall a little bit until Key is back. What else? I guess I can talk about that. I had an absolutely horrific idea of starting a Sunday morning Let's Play series, which means it's basically for America-based viewers, like in the earliest hours of the morning, like at a really unhealthy time. And now I'm trying to find the...
So how early are you planning? Like, how unhealthily
I mean,
early?
by German time, I usually start around 10 a.m., but this means American time is like 6 to 9 hours behind. So no, wait, I am 6 to 9 hours ahead. So yeah, so it's like 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning, and then that's usually when I start and I play for like 3 hours or something. So at least for the American audience, it's not very watchable. And I'm so monotasking. Yeah, but the big hi, welcome back. But yeah, the big twist is now that I'm uploading, that I realized that I wasn't tardy for too long. All the VODs still exist, and I was like, hey, you know what? I have an archive channel on YouTube, so I'm now uploading them there. So for anybody who doesn't want to watch them at an absolutely horrific time, there's now a Let's Play of Hollow Knight, which totally was needed on the internet because nobody ever played this game before or anything.
Never ever.
Exactly.
Never,
And you're
never
back
heard of it.
with camera and everything. I can't tell if you're facetious, Hannah, or not. I don't know you well enough.
I've heard of it.
Okay,
Look at her.
I know
Look at
Hollow
her
Knight is.
expression. Doesn't that just scream genuine emotion?
I guess so. But yeah, with me being done on that front, Key, did anything happen in your week that might be of interest and you feel like sharing?
I'm slowly wasting away. No, okay. What's actually my week? What did I do? What did I do this week? Let me tell you, I love my new trainer because my old one decided to leave, and so I moved to another trainer. His name is Reggie. He is great, and I am fully certain that this man is trying to kill me because, well, I mean, he's a really good trainer. He focuses a lot on stability and all this stuff, so good form, you know. And we were doing deadlifts and back stuff. We've been doing a lot of that. And oh my god. We do these things called side bends with a kettlebell. And I'm holding a kettlebell on one side of me, and then I have my arm here like normally, and then you have to squeeze and bend. That doesn't look hard, right? It fucking is when you feel it the next day and your sides just feel like someone just went It's been like I've been feeling sore in places I usually don't, which is a good sign. I'm very happy to be getting actual back definition that I've been seeing. I am slowly going to become that anime gif from that one admittedly mediocre anime, but man, that gif of the woman pulling back is like, I need to be her. I need to be her so I could be one step closer to being irresistible. And also I upped my deadlift PR to 145 pounds, which I don't know what that is in kilograms, to the 3 European people that watch.
Wait, how many pounds did you say?
145 pounds. So
145.
nearly 65.8 kilos. How close am I to deadlifting you? This is the question here.
I don't know how many kilos I am. I know I'm like, last time I checked my weight, I'm like 108 pounds. So I don't know how many that is in kilos.
I can deadlift you very easily, actually.
Excellent.
I mean, I'm tiny. Anyone probably
You are.
could.
Like, I can, because this is over my body weight, which is a goal to deadlift heavier than I am. Not going to say my weight, but it's lighter than 145. So you can make the guess there. But yeah, I mean, like, I will say, Reggie, the trainers at that gym know me as 3 different names that aren't my own. The blue-haired one, because I'm the only one there with dyed hair that is like an unnatural color. And then, like, I think I had my hair, like, purple and green and pink in it for a period of time. And they were like, what did you do? You're supposed to be blue. It's like, there is blue in there, guys. The
the one who draws, because there would be sign-up sheets in the group classes, and I would get bored, and I would doodle the little squishy people that I draw in the corner, and they were like, "You did that in like a minute?" And it's like, yeah. Can you draw me? It's like, oh no, this is high school all over again. And then the other one is the comedian, because if you train with me, I'm going to let you know that I am very exhausted and tired through just telling jokes after every set. Because the trainer's like, "Hey, how we doing, Christine? How we doing?" And I'm just like, "Well, I'm not dead." And I'm a bit of a smartass, not mean smartass, just a smartass. And they're just like, "You talk like." You talk like John Mulaney, and that, I don't know, is that the best compliment I've ever heard? I don't know, but it certainly made me feel a way. Just I mean, they were like, "So what do you?"
You are the spirit of an older person stuck in a relatively young body. I mean, you watch him a lot.
I think it's just I just talk weird. That is the end of it. If you talk weird, people are going to think you sound like John Mulaney or you sound like Donatello from Rise of the TMNT. I have also been equated to that, not from my trainers, just from people recently.
I mean, I can kind of hear it.
Shut up, Hannah.
I'm being serious.
I know you are.
That makes it worse.
I heard an audio recently on TikTok. I guess it was from a concert where someone was like, "Which Ninja Turtle are you?" And you hear everyone in the audience shout Donatello. And the lead singer is just like, "We can't all be Donatello. That's not mathematically possible." And I thought that was the voice actor for Donnie. It wasn't. I was shocked to find out that it was just some emo band's lead singer. Which I want to know. Why were they talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I mean, why not?
I you know what? Why not? Why not? I'm happy about the TMNT fandom, just for lack of a better word, rising recently.
Hey.
My timeline is full of it. My timeline is full of it, and I'm having a great time.
Me too. I love this show.
I love it so much. Donnie is my favorite, if that's a shock to anyone on the planet.
I think Donnie's my favorite too, from like this version of Donnie. Because he's just a fucking asshole.
He's perfect. He's a mad scientist. I love him. He has big bushy eyebrows. He is great.
Like they're not real eyebrows. Like they're
I know they're not real eyebrows. I know he draws them on, and that's even better.
It is.
Though Raph is adorable too in this show. He's such a big brother. I'm just happy to see them act like brothers because they were such dicks to each other in the 2012 show.
Did you see the movie?
Which one? The Bay one?
The Rise movie.
Yes, I did. I watched it, and he hasn't watched the full show, but we watched Rise together when I was visiting. Because the movie you could still watch even if you haven't watched the full show. They made it well enough that you don't need to know like the entire mythos of, besides the fact that they have magical items in this version.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides that, nah. My week's just been work and and streaming, and I also, doctor visits and stuff. I've had some people message me expressing like, hope you're okay, because I did say I went to the doctors on Twitter, and I'm just gonna say I'm on medication. We're on our way.
Hey.
Not gonna say what's wrong with me because that's a breach of my own privacy.
Yeah. But no, there was something else if we look into the extended week, since we didn't have an awkward cast last week.
Oh yeah! We did 3 idiots!
We did 3 idiots.
And oh my god! Why did we think that a tier list with every Disney villain would not go for a long time?
I don't know, we are usually so precise and don't argue at all and agree on everything in a very, very, elevator pitch.
Lightning round. No, but yeah, we did 3 idiots. If people don't know, that's the show I do with Lauren and Max once a month on my channel. where we do different things. And
Yeah, and after ranking every Disney animated movie in a giant-ass battle bracket over 3 months...
Yeah, we thought, why not do a tier list? Because I needed something simple. So why not Disney villains? Because I think someone suggested that during the last Disney stream. And that was like, cool, that's a great idea. And I remember very vividly, before we started the show, because I had the screen share up with the tier list. Which, by the way, if you go on my Twitter, and I guess the link in the description of this VOD, I have the tier list that you can
the do-it-yourself one.
Do it yourself. So you could do that yourself. I love hearing people's opinions. Someone in the reply slowly made it into a smash or pass. I'm questioning some of you because one of you put Chick Hicks from Cars as I will fuck, and I need to know, are you okay? But
oh, you did
I don't
you
know.
not? Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, there it is, the list.
Yeah, why is Chick Hicks there? Right next to Oogie Boogie. I have questions.
Your followers. Your people on Twitter. Or is it somebody who also follows me? Wait, let me see who was this. It doesn't ring a bell, doesn't follow me, so yeah, that's one of yours.
Yeah, that's one of mine. But no, we did that, and it went, but yeah, before we started it, I had the screen share up, and Max was like looking, it was like, there's only that many? And I said, oh yeah, there's like 60 some, and he's like, only that much?
Famous last words.
Where it's, because that went on for 5 hours. If you wondered why there was no awkward cast last week, that went on for 5 hours. That is an ad with ass.
For a German... If I get Twitch banned for a German health insurance ad, I will get very peeved. And this is now for Michelin. Why? This is such a...
Did they turn the tires into marshmallow?
I don't even have a car. Why do I get an ad for that? Anyways, yeah, almost 5 hours. Here.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. I guess we had there's some people who disagree with some of our placements. I guess if you could put up the finished list.
Oh, absolutely. There it is.
Because there were quite a few people mad we did not put Ratigan in Legends. That was one of the running things in the replies. Everyone put Ratigan in Legends as like their main disagreement with us, which is like, you know what? I'm fine with that. Like, that's cool. I love Ratigan. I'm not going to be too mad. But I think the biggest shock during that stream was just us discovering that Ka is a better villain than Shere Khan. Like, yeah. Hannah, what do you think of this tier list? Do you agree with most of our choices?
If not, you have to make your own one by obligation.
Yeah, that's the legality.
Do you have a full-size image of it? Because I can't.
Oh yeah, can you? Yeah, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat for her.
Here's the maker, and here is the full-sized image for your view. Oh, that's a great thumbnail for the tier list itself. It uses the most "who the fuck is this even" character on the entire list.
I thought it does have a good layout for a thumbnail, like just that big smile and everything. I can't help it that Oliver and Company's got a good art style for thumbnail. But yeah, I also am concerned with the amount of people who went on with the Smash or Pass version of this list that people made, and so many people did not put Mother Gothel up there. And I'm like, yes, she's an abusive person, but she's hot.
I mean,
you wouldn't just stick it and quit it.
Before or after Flower Song?
After Flower Song.
Okay. Just asking. Before Flower Song, she's kind of in a league with Isma.
Yeah, kinda. Look, I'm just saying, guys. The next 3 idiots is not Disney villain Smash or Pass. I had someone ask me. No.
Especially since the 3 of us need to agree. you, Lauren, and me need to smash at the same time. That is,
Not unless we have like 3 counters and I just keep updating them so we see who has the least.
now you're making it happen.
It's not off the table. It's just not right now.
Fair. Let's take a break from Disney after 4 months of Disney.
Please, we're giving Disney more advertisement than it deserves from us.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, guys, it's actually one of the bad ones. Don't forget, Disney. We should have put Disney itself as Disney legend evil or villain.
No.
Anyways, so yeah.
But that was basically the week. That just doctors and work and training and 3 idiots. So it's been a time. Also, getting started with season 3 of Central Park. I'm so happy it's back. Makes me do a little dance.
But without smiling.
But without. They were smiling more in this premiere.
This was scary,
we were shocked. We were shocked.
What is this? Wait. Bob's Burger?
Well, yeah, what is this? A happy show about happy things? But yeah, so I guess with that acknowledgement to the art of the week, I love the utter confusion Dragon Fox Girl had apparently when Enigma commissioned this.
Yes, because shout out to Enigma.
Yeah, because she said, I have no idea what's the context of this, but I will use any excuse to draw these 2 characters again because I love their personas so much. Which, aww.
Now, obviously, we now have to reenact this picture the next time we see each other in person. It's Mormon time.
I love the outfit she gave my Sona. Like, I like the ripped shorts and the leggings under it. That's actually really nice. Maybe not a purple shirt, but, a shirt. I also love that Dragon Fox Girl, no matter my Sona, will draw me with my dyed hair. She does it to my pony as well. Like, she's just like, why do you not have your character's hair dyed? It looks so cute on you, it'd look cute on them. It's like, I don't know, man. Stop bullying me with your art.
Did she really?
Why am I?
The problem is she's posting too much. A drawing of your Sona with the blue hair.
She's. I don't think it was with blue hair, but she did draw like my pony with my pixie cut with like little dyed streaks and stuff. It may be in the art of the weeks. Who knows? But yeah, let's move on to medias. So, Hannah, what have you been consuming recently in media? Have you been watching a show or reading, God forbid?
A show that this was my first anime, and I've rewatched it 5 times over.
Oh boy.
It's 52 episodes long. I started my 5th rewatch this year.
Oh boy. Wait, of this year or your 5th rewatch in general?
In general.
So it's
okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, I'm not that crazy about it. I love it, but I'm not that crazy.
Oh, give it time.
If it'll let me.
But yeah, do tell us.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna just copy paste the image because it won't let me drag it. But this is it's a Studio Bones show that dropped in the U.S. in 2013 called Tenkai Nights. It's primarily
I've never heard of this.
Oh, that's small.
More than likely, yeah, not many people have. It's really more aimed towards kids. Like, it's a kids show. And the team who did this, they did another show after this. I don't know what it's called, but it's like the same exact art style. This came out in 2013 in the US and ended in 2014, but it didn't air in Japan until 2014 and then ended in 2015. It's Canadian-Japanese from what I learned, so it wasn't primarily produced with... I don't know why it's called Canadian-Japanese, considering the voice cast of it are all well-known American voice actors. Like, if you watch the show, you'll recognize everyone immediately. Like, if you're listening to this, you'll hear Steve Bloom as a main character. There's Johnny Young Bosch, Todd Haberkorn, Bryce Papenbrook, Ben Diskin.
Ben Diskin's in this?
Yes, he is.
I'm currently looking at the cast list. Yuri Lowenthal. Why are you in everything?
Do I have the right thing up?
Yes, that is Tekken
Yeah,
Knights.
that's Tekken Knights.
When I read the Wikipedia and the first sentence of the story is eons ago, a cube-like planet named Quartron.
Mm-hmm.
Cortania.
Not making fun of it, but you gotta admit that is a hell of a
And
first
funny enough,
impression
the guy
of a
that
sentence.
Yuri plays looks like Sasuke. I'm not kidding.
Oh my god,
Here he
he's so
is.
pigeonholed.
There's Gen, the
Oh,
emo.
no.
That's Gen.
Let me get this kid up. Also, another small picture. Where do you find those tiny pictures?
I'm just on Google.
Oh, but if you just drag and drop the Google image itself, it's very the preview is very tiny.
I'm trying to drag and
No.
drop. It doesn't let me.
Google is a
But yeah,
bitch.
but yes, so what is the show about?
So
is it Lego?
no. It was like do you remember Spin Master? You know Spin Master? Like that toy company?
Is that the one that made like Beyblades or like what is it?
Let me check
No, that's the brand that makes Bakugan, the fucking you roll it
Yeah,
you
they
roll
do
it out and all
Bakugan,
that.
they do Tech Decks.
Rubik's cubes.
Yeah. They did the toys for this. So, this show is about 4 boys, mainly 4 boys. Gurren, the red one. Then there's Ceylon, he's the blue one. Chuki, the yellow one. And then Toxa is the green one. That's Ben Diskin. They are tasked with saving another world on the other side of the universe where everything... They live on Earth. They're regular human kids. There's nothing weird about them. But then they have to go through a portal to Corton, where they are turned into the legendary heroes known as the Tenkai Knights. They are all preteens, then they're tasked with saving the world. You know, like anime.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up the robot forms for you.
While you pull that up, I want to acknowledge that the Spin Masters also made a show called Sick Bricks, and it has Laura Bailey and Robbie Damon in it from Critical
Laura
Role.
Bailey's in this too.
She's in everything. This doesn't count.
but this is from 2015. Laura Bailey wasn't in everything in 2015.
Yeah, so these are the robots. Going from left to right is Bravenwolf, Valorn, Leidendor, and Tributon.
They look like baby versions of fucking Bionicles. What is this? So let me get this straight. They're regular kids, but then do they get transported to the cube
There's an
planet?
interdimensional portal, so yes.
Okay.
Yes, they do. So it's an isekai.
They go back and forth.
Does traveling within the same universe count as an isekai? Because usually it's like other worlds or dimensions.
I mean, I guess technically the portal is called the interdimensional portal.
Okay, then
So
it's
it's
isekai.
another dimension.
So it's isekai. Good. We agree. Oh wait, Odie is also like it's an isekai.
All right, so who do you like what is this main draw to the show that like makes you keep coming back to watch it? Because you said this is your 5th rewatch.
I think it's just because it's what got me into anime, and I think without that, I probably wouldn't really be where I am. And like it's not great writing, it's not fantastic or anything, but I find it silly, and I just really like it. There's a lot of moments in the show that are actually improv. Like the cast just comes up with random stuff. Like, I don't know if it was
That's always
scripted, but in
great
the
with
last
dubbing.
episode, Kyle LeBear's character makes a Clint Eastwood reference of, I think it's Clint Eastwood's like, "Are you feeling lucky, punk?" in like the very last episode.
Yeah,
I just
that's
think
Clint
neat.
Eastwood.
Like, because I even asked him about this at a convention years ago. He said, "Oh, there was so much improv," and I just think that's cool that they got the opportunity, like they were able to put improv into this. Because I know a lot of shows, some of them don't really, like, you have to stick to the script. You can't really do improv. Sometimes they'll say like, "Yeah, go ahead, we'll keep that in." Others are sometimes like really strict with it. But they got to sneak in like little things, like even when they were voicing just like characters that you don't even see on screen, just like background little minion characters. Like they snuck in lines or just like extra bits. It's just silly and charming. And I like the voice cast. Bryce
So is it
Papenbrook
kind
knows
of
me well
like
for this.
is it kind of like some of the English dubs for Digimon, especially like the first Digimon movie where it's like it's really bad writing but it's kind of charming?
I
Like
think
how
so.
the
The writing isn't terrible. There are some good bits. I don't remember off the top of my head any. But it's just got that charm, and it's stuck with me because it's what helped me get where I am. And it's very cute to me.
who do you think would like it and who do you think wouldn't like it?
I guess said earlier, it's definitely more aimed towards kids. So I'd say like younger boys, like maybe like 8 to 12. Like year old in
Perfect for you,
general.
Max.
What?
In his soul, he's like 5, so don't worry.
So that will
And
be
then I'd
interesting
say-
when I talk about my media today.
And then I'd say for the people who wouldn't really like it, I'd say, I guess it's just all in taste. I don't have like a specific idea of who wouldn't like it. It's just because I don't have like a specific age group set for that. I guess maybe people who are just not interested in watching shows more aimed towards kids, probably.
If you're a boring adult, you wouldn't like this.
Also, this is one of my favorite characters. He runs the shop where the portal is, and he's just very fun. His name
He
is
looks
Mr.
like
White.
he'd be voiced by Weird Al, and I'm not going to elaborate further.
He's voiced by Brian Beacock. He's in,
Close
he's in
enough.
Blue Exorcist and Durarara.
Huh.
He speaks
But
in
he-
metaphors.
Oh no. No,
One of
he
those.
those. He needs to be voiced by Weird Al now. I'm going to go back in time and make Weird Al dub an anime. Adrian's in this anime?
I think
Wait, is that the voice?
voice? Adrian
Is
Agreste
that
is
the
Bryce
vo-
Papenbrook.
Oh,
Who Bryce
no.
knows me well. Bryce knows me well for like I saw him at a convention in July, and I didn't have any Tenkai Night stuff with me. He's like, "No Tenkai Night stuff this time." I'm like, no, you signed all my stuff already.
Well, now you have to get more.
Oh, they don't sell much of it anymore. They stopped making the toys. I think they stopped making the children's books too. You can still get some of like the little figures on Amazon and eBay and stuff. And there's model kits, or like these really cool statues of Dromus and Bravenwolf that I want. They're like $40 and they look so nice.
Well, time to cough up the money. Gotta satisfy Adrian and buy stuff for him to sign.
Yeah, you can't call yourself a mega fan and not have it. Just saying.
Exactly. You can't be a Tenkai Knight if you don't have all the merchandise.
Yeah.
That is what capitalism taught me, Hannah.
Google, please work. Why are you not letting me type anything? Google. Hello, Google.
But yeah, so that is your media, Tenkai Knights.
Yeah, here,
I
let
don't
me
know
drop
where
the,
people can watch it.
It's not available anywhere legally anymore. There is a Google Drive of the episodes in both English and Japanese.
Well,
sadly, the only legal media of it that you can get is a DVD. That's not even all of the episodes, which is sad. And they have a manga too, but it's not in English. It's only in I can only find it in Japanese, Spanish, and French. And this is the statue. The model figure looks so nice.
It's again so tiny.
See, well, guys, we're not going to tell you to go and illegally pirate something.
But if it
But
comes
we're not
up,
telling. If it comes up, yar har,
I mean, we told
Someti-
you that it's not available legally. What you do with
Yeah.
this information, we recommend the
Exactly.
show and point out it's not available legally. So do with this information what you want.
Wink, wink. And if you just so happen to look up Tenkai Knight's Google Drive and you find something, that's just what happens on your own time.
Exactly.
Anyways. So, Max, do you want to talk about your media?
I can talk about my media. So, as you might or might not be... Oh, look, this is still running in the background. As we probably mentioned before, Keyframe and I watched a certain Amazon Prime hit show of the last few years. And we had, especially in the beginning, good stuff to say about it. Mellowed out a little bit, but still, third season still was strong. Not as strong
It's
as the
still
previous
solid.
run. Yeah,
It's
still
still
solid. But
I get the downfall of the third season really depends on your tolerance towards
unfulfilling plot, on the nose political parallels and unfulfilling plot lines. Because that was a little bit of a thing, that the payoff were not really hitting that hard within the season. They fizzled out a little bit towards the end.
Because you know that they're making another season, and they're just like, but still solid show.
Exactly. So after the show and the last season ended, I was like, well, I will now go and watch it, since the third season was so disappointing, quote unquote, in comparison to the first two. Well, let's check out the original source material. So, I sat down and read the entirety of the boys' comics. Oh boy, indeed.
For reference, I already read all the boys before we watched the show.
I watched it, I read it specifically after.
And so, like, I think I even mentioned while we were watching the show how different this is from the comic book. I'm very interested to hear your opinion now. Because I know some people who specifically like the show because they hate the comic and the show is so different from the comic.
Mm-hmm. No, this is... And I had also picked up, saw a YouTube video here or there that had that were like comparing small aspects of the comics to the show and how it's different and what happened to characters and whatnot. And I believe I'm not sure if I watched the one. Then I watched one video that was kind of literally. I have to see if I can find it. I put the link down below since I don't have anything else to link there.
What do you mean you watched the entire comic series on YouTube, Enigma? Did someone just make a YouTube video that just scans from the comic book and you just sit there and watch the comic book on YouTube?
Or did somebody actually dub it?
I would
love
if
that once
someone...
with Sonic, with the Sonic X comics, someone just scans them and put them on YouTube, and I just watched
that.
But
dubbed or just panel by panel by panel? Because there are other totally legal ways to do that with a comic.
It was panel by panel, I think. It was a while ago.
Oh my god.
If it's not even dubbed, I don't really see I rather would then read through the actual scan of the comic at my pace.
Well, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures, Max.
Yeah, this sounds very desperate, reading a comic on... No offense, but still desperate. Anyway, so, the boys' comics, I was a little bit aware of, and I was also a little bit aware of that people were like, the comics, and the ending, and show does stuff better, and I'm like, okay, let's see it. The comic is shit. I have no fucking idea how this thing went for 80 issues and got this high-profile adaptation. I have no... maybe even 80 plus issues, given with the with like Herogasm and the when Huey went home. What was the name of it? It's like it, and I kept reading it for some reason. It was like a car wreck. I couldn't look away. So much is better in the show. Like, and I want to say that it's in-name only adaptation, to use a term from Dominic Noble, but it's not. It's too close to be in-name only. But is Keyframe still there? She is very stoically still. Yeah, no, I believe we lost Keyframe.
Oh.
She is too. This is too still of an image. Yeah. Oh, now you're back.
There
Okay.
we go.
Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
Your opinion was so
Yes,
strong. It
apparently.
my Discord.
It literally stunned you in still frame. You were with us as a still frame. But yeah, so it's too close. I mean, more or less all the characters are taken from the comic, and so it's too close to say it's in name only, but wow! Buddy, a car wreck, and this video, once again, I will try to find it. It has been a while since I watched it, which was making also a very, very good point. How it's not clever. It's just like the writer of the comics had the most massive hate boner for the superhero genre in general and was just creating this giant dump on it. And it's like, you think that there's maybe some nuance, some variety, some anything. No, just all the soups are pedophile rapists and murderers. All of them. Literally all of them. And you introduce the X-Men parody. Guess what Dr. X is up to? Or Professor X and another. You introduce the team surrounding Stormfront. What's their Payback was their name. Guess what they're all up to? And they're also all gay. Like, also making this.
We're gonna try to be a little bit discreet on some of the more, because
yes, I will not go into details.
Do not. This comic is a walking trigger warning.
Yes, you should probably. Yeah.
The show goes into some. The show has triggers for gore and everything, and there is sexual moments in the show. I mean, the opening episode has an assault and all that, but like. It's a bit, I can't believe I'm saying, it's a bit more tastefully done than this comic. So, like, if you take what happens in the first episode of the show between Starlight and the Deep, ironically enough, the Deep is the only member in the Seven who's not part of that in the original comic.
But yeah, on that note. Damn it, I just had a thought and it left me. My brain tries to suppress everything related to the comic. Where are you just going? Also, yeah, issues like that, I pointed out how they basically made all the soups also kind of gay, which is like, if I have no idea what the stance of the author is, because Huey, who is supposed to be the heart of the entire comic, He is also a little bit homophobe, but he tries to do better. So he is the surrogate of the author. I don't know, like being a little bit homophobic, but trying to be sensitive about it.
I mean, we have to. I'm not an excuse, but keep in mind this was a comic made, so probably developed in the early 2000s, released in the mid 2000s. Gay jokes and stuff like that were more accepted,
but
not okay. Still not okay,
yeah,
but if looking in hindsight, kind of
gay
thing.
jokes on Huey's extent are one thing, but that all the soups, aka all the evil motherfuckers, are also all have gay tendencies, raises a little bit of a problematic display. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm saying that the mid 2000s, it's not surprising that casual homophobia like that is actually part of it. The mid 2000s were not a great time.
Yeah, same thing can be said about representation of women in the comic. So you have this thing where Starlight goes through. In the comic, it's questionable consent compared to all-out assault, but so. She struggles with it, rightfully so. But when she in the comic, spoilers, but I don't care because I recommend you not to read it. But when she comes clean to Huey, this is like, he is like throwing a tantrum to the point where he dumps her and leaves the country to get his head straight on, and she has to come after him and be like, I am so sorry that I lied to you about it and whatnot.
Fuck you, Huey.
I know.
Seriously.
But then when then Huey comes clean to her about his own lies, it's like she is like super accepting and forgiving, and he's like, I am so sorry. Like, really? We are supposed to sympathize with him for him being a liar compared to her not coming forward about this sexual situation? Really? Hypocrisy much. And once again, Huey is the one we are supposed to sympathize with. This storyline kind of came also, this entire aspect of both of them kind of hiding stuff from each other also got addressed in the Amazon show, but there it actually got dealt a lot more equally on both sides, and it's not that extremely one-sided. It's so bad. Oh, and beyond being bad, right, writing-wise and repetitive in the revelations about the bad guys, it's also ugly. It's ugly as fuck. This is Becca, who is supposed to be this absolutely stunningly beautiful icon that brings
What's
Butcher.
with the Joker smile?
I know!
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a charming, beautiful picture where Butcher falls in love with her. This is the
Yes,
best the comic can do.
She has a Code Lyoko 5 head going on there, like...
Yeah. Also, it has a thing that comic books generally, quote-unquote, suffer from, but many others do it so much better. So the artist changes between issues. Every now and then an issue is drawn by somebody else. I had the hardest of times recognizing characters between issues. I literally didn't recognize a character, and at some point I was like, wait, was this supposed to be him the entire time? Because the art style is not just ugly, but also inconsistent as fuck.
So, I have to ask, what did you think about the differences between Superboy in the comics compared to him in the show? In the show where he's a traumatized veteran.
Superboy as in Soldier Boy.
Yeah, Soldier Boy.
Soldier
sorry.
Boy. Yeah, I mean, Soldier Boy also 100% different approach. Like, Soldier Boy is basically a footnote in the comic. He's just one of many, and he managed to make 2 appearances because he's a title that gets passed on. So that's very different. While he is, without saying anything, he's a major player in the last season was the 3rd one, right? Third
the last
season
season was the third
of the
season,
Amazon
yeah.
show. So he's a major character in there. So I was also like, oh, especially since you were like, oh, what they did to Soldier Boy, because you already knew it, and I was like, oh, Soldier Boy is a big number in the comics too. No, he's not. He has 2 footnote appearances.
I guess spoiler, but I
Yeah.
found it funny that they made him Homelander's dad in the show.
Okay,
and
now
in
it's
the-
really
in the
spoilers.
comic,
Jesus. I know you said the word spoiler, but at this
The
rate...
show's been out for months.
But yeah.
But okay, and in the comics, he basically
he's a nobody.
fucks Homelander because he wants to get into the 7. So Homelander just uses him as a fuck toy.
Oh.
But yeah, I know, right? It's the comics are so bad.
Yes. So there is... Except for being a time capsule of 90s... What the 90s thought was politically acceptable, and a representation of what apparently sold. That's the thing that I kept fascinatingly reading it. How did it get this far? How did it sell to this point that
It was nominated for an Eisner Award, which is like an Oscar for comic books.
How? It's... I once again, I don't want to say read it because it doesn't deserve it, but then again, it already has all the attention in the world by being an Amazon hit show. And unless they Game of Thrones it in one of the last seasons, to the point where its entire cultural impact gets kind of rolled back and nobody wants to talk about it anymore. Unless they do this, The Boys has become a cultural milestone, as in the show, and therefore the comics by proxy are too. I mean, for one thing, don't throw money their way, but if you really are interested, I guess hunt them down as a phenomenon. But yeah, every trigger warning in the book, it's fascinating in a horrific way. It's not good. It's really, really not good. Who would have read?
Yeah, if you want a show that is based off a comic and the comic still holds up, watch Invincible. It's also on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
The Invincible comics are fantastic.
Yeah, but the Boys, I gave... Here's the thing. Who should read the comics of The Boys? Somebody...
Enigma, apparently.
Somebody who gets fatigued of the show and wants to gain a new appreciation for how much the show did with the source material. This is my recommendation.
You want till it's gone.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to see what an achievement it is, how they took that source material and turned it into this meaningful, cohesive show which carries more than one message. But this is the only reason why I can recommend this comic. And it has titties, I guess. Read titties.
Yeah,
But even then I can recommend better comics. Read Ranma Half. There are titties in it.
I'm very fascinated for how the Gen V show is going to happen, because that's it's going to be just a standalone adaptation to the We Gotta Go Now arc from the comics. So about the G-Men. So that's going to be interesting. Can't wait to see how that works out. Wee. But yeah, so do you have any other notes, or are you tired?
No. I talked about it finally, and now I can move on with my life without ever having to think of the comics again. Ever. So you dropped me 2 videos. Where do I start?
Yes. So start with the first one, because the first one is the pilot for the show, the original pilot. So I'm going to talk about Bee and Puppycat, because this thing has consumed my life for a week, because I have to edit a video for Saber. So Bee and Puppycat was originally a pilot done by Natasha Allegri, who you may know the name from, because she made like a bunch of episodes of Adventure Time. She created Fiona and Cake. So, but this was a pilot she did on Cartoon Hangover, which was the channel that made Bravest Warriors and stuff, about this girl named Bee, and she finds a cat, or maybe it's a dog, and she names it Puppycat. And their whole thing is that, I guess if you move forward a little bit in the pilot, they do temp work in space. Because Puppycat's little bell like opens up like a world that she can go, and they do like temp jobs in space to get money, because she lost her job at the beginning of the episode. And it's a very cute show. It got a Kickstarter. It's one of the most successful Kickstarters of all time.
Oh, BMO.
No, that's Tentbot.
Not BMO.
Oh.
Cyberpunk.
Hi there. Do I have to in case it's a NFSW trailer? How did this happen?
But like, I don't know. But so, it was one of the most successful animated series Kickstarters on Kickstarter. It's still like number 4 on the list, and they made an entire season on Cartoon Hangover that you can watch for free. They're like little 6-minute cartoons, and it was big back in the day, because this was like 2014, so this was
13 even 2013 even.
Oh my god, nearly 10 years ago. No, because I remember I had a Puppycat like chain wallet back when I was younger. This show was a big influence for like me, like my art style and things like that, and general like chill vibes and surreal, because it can be a bit, I mean, it comes from someone who worked on Adventure Time, so it's a bit surreal. And they announced a couple of years ago, like 2018 or something, that there was going to be a second season, and it was going to go on the streaming service Verve, and then Verve died. And the second season was just in limbo of who was going to release it, because it was done since 2019. And the entire show, with the exception of 3 episodes, leaked on Vimeo. So the entire second season was leaked. And then like a couple of years later, Netflix announced they were going to release it, which is Bee and Puppycat Lazy in Space, which is the second video. So this is the Netflix season. The first 3 episodes are just like reanimated, compiled editions of the original web show, which most of this trailer is those reanimated clips, which I find to be a little bit of false advertising, because wow. This second season was such a disappointment compared to the web show. I think it may be because these episodes are 22 minutes. The web show was 6 minutes for each episode.
And it's the same amount of content.
There's a lot of nothing that happens in these episodes. Like, there's so much of just characters standing around and just like moments where no one's doing anything, and it doesn't focus on the fact that they're doing temp jobs in space. Like, they're showing all these cool action-y clips. I think I could count 5 of these moments that actually happen. And it's sad because this show is so pretty. Like, this is a gorgeous looking show, but it's so boring. Like, it's dull. Like, and it makes me sad because I like Bee and I like Puppycat as characters, but it's like they forget that there's a story half the time, and then they remind you, hey, remember
that there's a story here. Okay, moving on. And God, there's so much that I like that feels surface level because the writing is just so lacking. I wanted it to be better because being Puppycat was a big influence to me back in the day, and I just God. But you know, I've seen a lot of people genuinely like it because it's so like calm and everything, and usually I like those shows. I mean, my favorite Ghibli movie is Ponyo, and there's a lot of Ghibli influence with this show, but it's just you don't introduce such high level concepts that you do and don't do them for a majority of your series. And I don't know. It just feels like, because the first 3 episodes were repackaged versions of the web show. So there's a lot more that goes on in those 3 episodes. And then you have 13 more episodes that are just not acknowledging anything. And then in the season finale, that's when everything happens. But that still leaves like 12 episodes of nothing. And also, the voice acting is good, but the writing is very... There's no better way to put it. 2010s Tumblr? I feel like some people get what I mean. Like, there's so much, like, stuttering and you're a butt, like very season 1 Adventure Time writing.
Yeah, I was about to say Adventure Time writing was very much like that at the start.
Yeah, like it goes past that they talk like people, and just these people, it's just awkward, and it gets grating after a little bit.
I think what they're trying to do is like, since Adventure Time started off kind of like that, and it became how it was, I think it's like, in a way, they're trying to capitalize on that, see if they can get farther with trying to maybe keep that. I don't know, this is just me.
Yeah, maybe. I just feel like it's weird when you already have, like, a pre-established thing already. So it's like... But, like, some of the line reads are just so weird. Like, there's a character named Toast. I like Toast. I know some people who really don't like Toast, but she's like a wrestler, like a boxer, and she used to be like the worst. She was like the second to last boxer in this like group, and then because one of the main character's sisters leaves the wrestling group, she became the worst. So she's just dedicated her life to annoying the shit out of this girl, and she just comes in being like, "Hey, one of your brothers got me pregnant, so I live here now."
Huh.
Yeah. So much of this show doesn't focus on Bee and Puppycat and just focuses on this family of brothers, which is like, I did not come for this. There's one character in that brother group that I like. He's a fisherman played by Aaron Hansen, and he has one of my favorite episodes because it's just Ponyo. It's just Ponyo! And when you watch the show, you'll get what I mean. That's not the character. That's Deckard, who's the main brother. I'm just pointing it out to the... I'm pointing it out to the audience. But, like... Here's the thing. I do think that there's an audience for this show. I know plenty of people who would like it. I see that there was work done with this show. It's just so not for me that it makes me sad. Because the original show was like one of my biggest inspirations back in the day. So I don't know if it just got like heightened to a ridiculous point when they made it into a 22-minute show, because I could still watch the web cartoons and I still like them, or if I grew up and I don't like that concept. Like, I don't think that I'm too good for the humor. It just feels like too much of it. I feel like someone told me to eat the cake from Matilda, the whole cake. And I'm just like, I'm full, stop. There's still good bits in it. And sometimes the line reads are so awkward, they do make me laugh. Like, there's a moment where Toast is punching, like, soup, and it's cold because it's gazpacho. And she's like, why is it cold? It's gazpacho. Like, and it's so weird that it circles back to funny, but I could see that this show would be such an acquired taste for some people. Because this type of talking, this type of humor, you either love it or you wince. There is no middle ground here. So I guess I would recommend the show to people who want to give it a try. I would recommend watching the web show first so you can see where it began. And then watching the Netflix show. I mean, you can watch the whole show for free on YouTube. And so, like the original first season.
Yeah.
And then you can watch Lazy in Space. I recommend it to people who want to get art inspiration because, God, the show is gorgeous. It is such a beautiful looking show. The colors are fantastic. The music is beautiful. Like, there's so much good visually about the show. So if you want some nice eye candy, there you go. And I feel like people would like the characters of Bee and Puppycat themselves because they're very charming and they have a good dynamic together. They're very cute. But I guess I wouldn't if you didn't like first season Adventure Time, or you go back on the first season of Adventure Time and you're just like, God damn, I can't wait for them to talk like normal people. You may not like this show. Because it feels very much like the beginning of regular show or the beginning of Adventure Time, where it was like, I don't even know how, like, webcomic humor.
Yeah, I guess I would rather check out Cyberpunk.
So yeah, like, I'm just giving that honest recommendation. There's a lot of good about the show. I'm not telling people not to watch it. I'm just saying it's become more of an acquired taste. And I know some people who didn't like the original Bee and Puppycat just because it was already an acquired taste. But that was my acquired taste. Then you multiply it to 22 minutes. It's like, oh, God. But who knows? I don't know if they're making a third season. Who knows? I mean, the show's doing well in numbers, but you don't know with Netflix. If they decide to make a third season, I will give it a chance because they seem to be building up to something. So, maybe this was... Because it feels more like a first season than a second season. So, who knows? It just didn't leave the best impression with me so far.
Well...
Steve Bloom is in it for an episode, though. So, automatic recommendation because I love Steve Bloom and I kiss the ground that man walks on.
But
yes,
yeah,
it's time for the questions, the Q&As. Did we get any on Twitter?
We did get some on Twitter. Cool Dakota is asking, Gawk or Bussy?
What? Okay,
Gawk
first of all,
or Bussy?
I hate you, Cool Dakota, that I've now heard Max say an ussy word.
Yeah, that's
but
my girlfriend.
Aw. Hello, Hannah's girlfriend.
Hello.
I've been seeing you in the chat. But, okay, Hannah, what is it?
Gawk
First of all,
I don't even know what a gawk is, so I'll just say
yeah,
bussy.
okay, Cool Dakota, can you describe what these are?
I know what bussy is. I've never really heard gawk.
I know Glock, but that's a gun.
Yeah, do you want a gun or an ass? Is that what they're asking?
Wait, a bussy? What? Wait. Here's the thing. Bussy is also a word in German. Maybe
a bussy is a boy pussy, and basically an anus. So it's basically saying butt sex.
Okay, this is something...
Girl cocker, boy pussy, obviously, Cool Dakota, cool.
Dakota, I literally did not... I think I knew the second one. I didn't even know the first one.
But how does a girl cock work? Okay, the boy pussy I have now understood. Now somebody needs to explain to the little German boy what a girl cock is, or how it works. Or is it just a strap-on? Or is it just a strap-on?
Yeah, okay... why did I look up girl cock on Google?
I don't know.
All I got was girl cock porn videos, Pornhub.com. I'm sorry! I thought it would pull up Urban Dictionary.
No.
You have to add Urban Dictionary to the search. I was unaware that this was caused such a discourse. Oh, welcome to the AWKWARDCast, Dakota.
Okay, there's two definitions.
Hit me.
Hannah, you can't blame me. This is Dakota's fault.
Obviously.
I'm aware.
Girl cock. One definition is the penis of a trans girl, or a clitoris that is just enlarged. But I mean, technically, the clitoris is the female equivalent to like the tip of a penis. So I guess it in the words of it's just a bunch of nerve endings, and there are some women that have them actually big enough that they can get erect to be kind of a dick.
Okay, now
I
I
hate this question.
If you don't feel comfortable, you don't.
No,
have to answer.
I'm comfortable in that I can. We've
It
answered
is the
worse.
awkward cast, so
We've answered worse. I'm more just mad that I have to share the fact I know this information, and I'm mad at Dakota for doxing me personally. You're not invited to my birthday party, Dakota. You're uninvited. Hannah can still come, but not you.
you have to wait outside the door.
Yes, you have to look in the window too. You have to see all the fun we're having because we're going to Dave and Buster's without you.
This is a specific part of the punishment. You have to be there,
Yeah.
but wait outside and look in through the window.
Damn, I was gonna bring my cup. Okay, well, hold on. Large pinata. Okay, but yes. So I guess gawk or bussy. Okay. I mean,
Yeah, I know, right?
Hannah, you go first. You're the guest.
And you are literally responsible.
Yeah.
I am not responsible for what Dakota does. Okay.
You brought
you
her in here. You had her in one of
Bring
those.
her anywhere.
you
She
know-
came here of her own fucking volition. Thank you.
You know that scene from SpongeBob with the fry cook games where Plankton brings in the giant huge guy that's carrying Patrick on his back. That's you
Yes.
and Dakota right now.
It is not.
I'm off the leash. Oh no.
So, guest goes first.
Yeah, guest goes first.
I mean, I'm completely. I don't know how to answer.
I don't.
I mean,
I've never had to answer something like this before.
What? This is not just a normal conversation you have with Dakota?
It's not.
Okay. You know what? I'll stall. I'll give an answer.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. I guess bussy, cause like, I mean, I'm not into women like that. So like,
but
you know,
what would you specifically then do with the bussy?
I mean, I guess like the guy's G-spot is inside of it. I guess I'll give him a good time. I'll get a strap on. Cause look, it's a scratch my back, scratch yours kind of thing. So I guess if I do it there, then the next round it's on me. So
I guess that works.
I mean, that's still just a stretch because I'm not that type of person. But like, it's like look, I'm just saying, if it's dependent on the definition, a gawk doesn't have much I can work with either, because the size probably wouldn't be in that ballpark. But like, fuck you, Dakota. Like, but okay, I mean, okay, Mr. White Straight Man, what are you going to pick?
Yeah, that's my problem. So simply, so being straight dude, I cannot really, I don't know what to do with penis except for my own. So I guess therefore the gawk I would be like, I can't work with this. This is the wrong equipment. So
it'd be like a puppy playing with the doorstop, just like.
Yeah. So I guess therefore by process of elimination,
you intended it to be trans. Okay, then I guess gawk, because if it's I imagine
same argument as mine, but the other way around.
Yeah,
like,
I guess that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dakota. I didn't know which one. The Urban Dictionary gave me two different ones. So I guess I'll go with gawk.
Yeah, and
there you go.
I guess I go with bussy because it's the closest to what I'm used to work with.
Yeah, but okay, Hannah, we stalled for you. Answer Dakota. Make prolonged eye contact and say what you want to say.
I mean, I'm fine with either. I'm pansexual. Neither really matters as much to me
So
one
so
or the other.
this puts you in an actually very positive spot, because therefore you don't come with preset preferences, so you can just pick by your own, like
This is your own buffet.
yeah, exactly. You actually can give a more meaningful answers than the two straight people being like, yeah, the closest to what I'm used to.
But there you go. I guess we have Gawk, Bussy, and Buffet. There's your answers. We're moving on. Thank you, Dakota.
Okay. Next.
I hope you ask questions on future awkward cast that just stay here, Dakota. You ask the questions that cause discourse. I respect your energy. You're still not invited to my birthday though.
Well,
Okay,
then I
so-
guess Discord then.
Yes. So, night bike routine asks, y'all ever are perfectly fine and then the sudden realization that you should have gone to sleep 10 hours ago hits your body along with all the tiredness, so you just basically ragdoll on top of the nearest surface? Anyway, what's the latest time you've woken up? So the second part was the actual question. I mean, here's the thing. I don't really sleep in anymore. I used to have a terrible problem with sleeping in, but that was because of depression.
You solved it by not sleeping anymore.
You can't wake up late if you never went to bed. But no, I guess the average time I wake up is like 6 a.m. And then but here's the thing. I wake up at 6 a.m. and I can't go back to sleep. But that doesn't mean I'm alive. I'm pretty sure that I am awake at 6 a.m. and I am a zombie until 9. I need 3 hours so my brain can process the fact that I am a corporeal being. So that's my answer.
What about you, Hannah?
Yeah.
I also used to have a terrible problem with sleeping in. Like, not because of like mental health or anything. I would just like to sleep. I think the latest I've ever woken up is like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe 12 to 1. I think I don't really anymore because work has basically signaled me to wake up at like 6 or 7 a.m. every day. Like, I will try to go back to sleep. I can maybe get in a few hours, like, but I'm just so hardwired to waking up early every day that I can't really sleep late anymore.
Somebody
Yeah, I
in
see
the
Denim.
chat feels called out. Rightfully
Yeah.
so, lady.
Yeah. So, Denim is the person Max lives with, and like while I when I was visiting, me and Max would be up in the morning eating breakfast and watching Dead End and everything, and then at like 11 a.m. or something, Denim comes out of the cave and is like, "I'm awake now."
I believe it was yesterday where I got sucked in a little bit with. Okay, to maybe give a disclaimer for fairness. Denim was or still is a little bit under the weather, so there is a little bit of allowance because sickness. However, yesterday I got a little bit carried away in the morning with playing Hand of Fate 2. Great game, please play. And I was in the typical like one more mission situation. So while kind of being aware of time and being very desperate to go to the bathroom, I couldn't stop. And at some point I was like, okay, what was it? Was it getting close to 2 p.m.? Maybe it was
Yeah,
definitely 1 p.m.
Point,
It was definitely.
At that point, you grab 2 pots and go, "Wake up!"
Basically, yeah, it was. I believe we were getting close to 2 p.m. and I was like finally getting out of the game, and I was like, "The hell? How am I still the only person awake in this?" Yeah, as I said, you sick. Still, 2 p.m. This is my answer by proxy. My actual answer is like this morning. Keep in mind it's Sunday. I woke up in shock at 10:30, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's already 10:30. The day is almost half over."
How's the day almost half over at 10:30?
I don't know, it feels like it. Like, oh my god, I already lost so much time by sleeping and resting and recharging. How dare I? Damn frail human body that holds me back in my endeavors.
I mean, I felt that way. Here's also the thing to give a glimpse into how Chrissy sleeps. I sleep, in theory, for 8 hours. But I wake up like 3 or 4 times in the night. I don't think I usually sleep consistent. I think the last time I slept all the way through the night without waking up once was when I was on vacation in Berlin. So like a month ago. But like, cause there will just be times where I'm like, oh, it's 2 a.m. Text Max on Discord. Fall back asleep. Wake up. Oh, there's a reply. Text. Fall back asleep. I wake up. Okay, I guess I'm awake now. I had my 2 strikes.
Well. But yeah.
Okay, do we have any more on Twitter?
Oh, we do. Another one, I assume, from Hannah's followers, The Dog, aka Scully, 01234556. What are your opinions on Sharon's forehead? I assume we need some explanation there. Who is Sharon?
Yes.
How big is her forehead? And I guess the rest we can take from there.
Okay, so I think they mean Sharon from Pokemon Black and White.
I might have mispronounced the name horribly.
No, they just didn't spell it right. I think in the friend lock, or like at least just online, it's joked that Sharon kind of has a big forehead. I don't know. Hang on.
I mean, here's a picture of him. I'll put him in the chat right now.
Oh, it's
he
a
does
dude.
have a bit of a yeah, he does have a bit of a forehead.
I see.
I mean, it's not a Code Lyoko forehead, so...
Yeah, it's not a Code Lyoko forehead. You can't write the entire like Script to the Bee movie on his forehead.
Oh,
But I mean like
I've seen
they
worse.
were kind of mean. They were kind of mean when they did his bangs. I feel like this is not the most flattering haircut in the world.
I mean, my real life forehead is bigger than his. So what am I supposed to think if people start criticizing that poor dude up there?
I don't know, Max. Have you ever tried writing a full theme song on your forehead and see if it all fits? Do not. I would love if you did it and tried to wash it off and it didn't wash off all the way and you have to go to your fucking Zoom meetings in the morning.
Well,
and it's like,
I have a Sharpie.
Max. I know you're stupid and you like doing bits, but there comes a limit in every man's life.
But yeah, so what are our opinions?
It's not that bad.
I mean, I personally am also like, yeah, he's a kindred spirit. He knows my suffering, so I relate. What about you, Hannah? What are your thoughts? Is the one who is...
I mean, he looks fine. I really have much of a bad opinion on it.
Well, I guess we answered.
So, this person who asked the question must have had a really intense opinion, and you are alone in this, and you're weird. You have to. I was gonna say no one likes you, but that was mean even for me. No, people do like you, but this opinion's dumb.
Well then, moving on. Next Discord question.
Okay, so next Discord question is... Okay, here's one. So, Divided We Multiply asks, I'm currently trying to get through season 4 of Stranger Things, and it recently occurred to me that the show Stranger Things is one of a handful of shows that is carrying Netflix on its back, meaning that they probably are going to milk it and make it like 3 or 5 seasons too many. No, they're not. They already announced that there's just going to be one more season after this, and then it's done. But I get your spirit.
So only one season too many. Nah. Okay, sorry. But what is the actual question?
What are some shows that make you sit back and go, if it wasn't for this media property, this streaming service or network would be having a tough time right now?
Well, I believe Keyframe and I already know our answer regarding HBO Max.
Yeah.
Fuck
you for starting ads, HBO Max. Fuck you. Also, why the hell are you showing ads for preschool shows while we're watching Harley Quinn? It makes no sense.
But okay. I mean,
But
yeah,
yeah,
Peacemaker and Harley Quinn are basically carrying HBO Max on its back right now to make me not completely leave the service.
I mean, HBO Max had a lot of shows that were more than carrying it, but something happened. But let's not go in there again, I guess.
No. But
So,
I mean, like, besides that, I mean, The Boys is basically carrying
there's
Amazon.
a second season of Good
Yeah,
Omens coming.
It's just the thing of like Amazon has the problem that they don't really space out their shows enough that there's like something to fill in the gap between their big shows. Because how long did it take between The Boys ending and now this new Ring of Power show? Like there wasn't anything in between it. So I feel like their spacing could be better.
I mean, Amazon also has the thing that they just buy all the properties. They don't have too many originals to begin with, do they?
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing. It's carrying their original service.
Yeah. But yeah, then
they could just stop making originals and just have stuff for rent and video on demand, but they don't.
Also, I love Jay-tastic. It's like Disney Plus has little to no value outside of MCU and / Star Wars. To be honest, all the good old shows on Disney Plus or all the cartoon TV shows, they are the true value there. They are a great archive of all their greatest shows. MCU and Star Wars can fuck off as far as I'm concerned. So...
What are you... Wait, Jay, come on. I mean, if we didn't have Disney Plus, how would we watch Louder and Prouder? How dare you? And then be mad that they ended it, like, mid-season. And said that's the end of season 1.
Yeah, but yeah, there.
It's not.
Disney Plus has
yeah.
the Muppets. Muppets also a great old property that just is archived on Disney Plus.
And we're getting a new Muppet show. Please be good. I just want you to be good.
I almost broke free of the MCU Odie. So there is still James Gunn's Guardians 3, which I kind of have to watch. Then Keyframe is doing her best to actually get me interested in She-Hulk, because it's just so goofy and silly, apparently. So I'm getting a little bit curious. But
they're leaning into the silly more and more. They haven't gotten full She-Hulk comic book yet, but God, I want them to. Just make it an Adult Swim show. It doesn't need to make sense. It doesn't. It really does not. But Hannah, do you have any shows that you think it's like, if it wasn't for this show, this network would be dead?
I don't really know, because the only streaming service I use is Disney Plus, because I use it off of my mom's friend's account. I don't have Netflix. And I use HBO Max, I think, or Hulu, I think, off of Dakota. And I haven't really watched shows on there or movies in a while, so I don't think I have much of an opinion on that, actually.
That's fair. Oh, I mean, like, I guess if you would think about it, I guess, like, this is a weird thing to say. Network-wise, if it wasn't for Teen Titans Go, Cartoon Network would probably be dead, because that's the only thing they fucking air!
Yeah.
So like, you know, I guess if you don't have what you have built your entire bridge on, the bridge would fall. You know. Though, like, you know, we have other shows.
Netflix is surprisingly stable. They have a fuck ton of original shows, and many of them are good. So good on them.
You know, here's the thing: they have volume with it. Because if they lose one of their original shows, I mean, someone will find another thing. They just don't advertise anything. Leave it to the Wild West and then lay off their animation staff.
Oh, yeah. That is it. Their policies are still shit. But, oh, well.
Oh, I like this question. So, do we have anything else on Twitter?
Yeah, of course. I haven't.
Well, go ahead.
I haven't asked J-Rock's Would You Rather yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Even though I have the feeling today might be an easy one. Let's see if we all tick the same. J-Rock asked for all three, would you rather have the best house in a bad neighborhood or the worst house in a good neighborhood? I have my answer.
The best town in a bad neighborhood or the worst house in a good neighborhood?
Yeah.
I would get the worst house in the good neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here's the thing. 'Cause if you are the best house in a bad neighborhood, you're the prime person to get robbed.
What? I'm just saying, like, if you are in a bad neighborhood, that usually means that there's crime. And if I have, like, a fucking McMansion going on over there, and that means that someone's gonna try to Home Alone my house, and I don't have a Macaulay Culkin to solve that. So I'm going to pick the worst house in a good neighborhood. No one's gonna rob me. What about you, Hannah?
I think I'd answer the same thing. It's like it's even if it's like the worst house in a good neighborhood, there's no saying like you can't like renovate, like save up money to renovate, that you can't fix it up.
It you know what? That's a great point. You know, my house will have character. But what about you, Max? Are you the contrarian?
No,
or...
absolutely not. I mean, I could try to wring something out of my ass, but not even my ego is so fragile that I need to have the best house in a bad neighborhood so I can look down on people. But yeah, I wouldn't want to live in a bad neighborhood, so I would rather live in a good neighborhood. But then again, I don't care enough about the opinions of other people that it would bother me to live in the worst house. But no, it would be a good neighborhood. A good neighborhood, probably clean streets, puppies on the street, all the good stuff.
There's just puppies everywhere.
Yeah. People not getting stabbed. Yeah, those neighborhoods exist in Berlin. Yeah, so rather than a good neighborhood, and if my house looks a little bit shabby and the people giving me stink eye when they see me in front of it, who cares? I don't leave the house. I'm a nerd. So...
Who cares? I'm in a neighborhood full of puppies, apparently.
Yes. So, take the good neighborhood any day. Even if it's the worst house. What is, even in a good neighborhood, what is the worst house in a good neighborhood? The worst
Probably
house...
just a normal house.
Yeah, the worst house in a good neighborhood might still be a better house overall than the best house in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah, everything's relative.
Yeah.
So, like...
So
if the good neighborhood is filled with like Richie Rich styled mansions and your house is just a normal house, you still got a normal house. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So
okay.
this was the last one. Now it's all you and Discord.
Awesome. So Prince of Inquiries asks, if you had been given enough money to buy a piece of memorabilia from your favorite show, so a prop or a storyboard if it's an animated show or movie or something, what would you choose? Like, what would you buy? What is a something from a movie, whether animated or live action, that you would like to have, like to own? See, I people would be surprised about this because I'm a huge animation person, but I'm leaning towards more live action props. Because there's more novelty there. However, there is one animated thing that I would get. I want to rob Scott Innings' house. He is the voice. He was one of the voice of Shaggy. Let me explain, Hannah.
Explain away.
So Scott is known for being a huge Scooby-Doo memorabilia collector, and he has a specific frame from Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders, where all the characters are wearing these tie-dye dresses and suits, because it's from fucking Shaggy's dream song, where he imagines having a tie-dye wedding with the girl he discovers is an alien. Good taste. But, like, I want that frame. Especially since that was the last cel-animated Scooby-Doo anything. I want it. And, you know, I could say that I could just buy it off of Scott, but I know he's not going to let it go because he's probably a Scooby fan like me and hoards everything like Smaug in his treasure cave. So I will rob Scott Innings' house and take it and then ask him for an autograph because I do really like his Shaggy voice. So, Scott, if you're watching this, I don't actually mean this. Please come on the podcast. You probably are a delightful man. But I do want that cell. Please? But if I would to get a movie prop, God, you know what I would want? I want the skeleton that they had Marv briefly turn into in Home Alone when he grabs that electrified doorknob and he's like screaming, and then there's the part where he's just a skeleton. I want that. I want Marv's skeleton.
Very specifically his, and no other skeleton used in movie history.
No, just that one. I mean, the only other thing I would want is that I would want a Muppet. because there's multiple copies of Muppets. I would want like the Muppet that is the Muppet that they used for Kermit in like Muppets Take Manhattan when they're doing the bicycle scene. So the one with like really long legs, because I want to hang it somewhere and just have like a limp Kermit the Frog with giant legs. Because I feel like that would look hilarious and terrifying. Everyone's probably shocked I'm not asking for a Ghostbusters prop, but that's just my goal in life. That's not hypothetical. But what about you, Hannah? If you can get a prop from anything, you were given unlimited money to get one thing, what would you want?
Definitely, as I'm looking at live action too, definitely something from Transformers. Because Transformers, it was a big part of my life starting in 2014. Then I kind of fell out of it, and then I got back into it. And if anything, I would love the Volkswagen Beetle they used in the Bumblebee movie.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
Yeah, like I've seen like it. I'm pretty sure it's at like some museums, like movie car museums, where they have some of the other cars from Transformers. But Bumblebee is like my favorite of all of the movies. So
Bumblebee is a fantastic movie. Bumblebee's the best live action Transformers. It's so good.
It is. It's amazing.
Yeah. But okay, so we got the car from Bumblebee, me robbing someone's house. What about you, Max?
It took me a moment because I was like, there must be things in movies where I'm like, yeah, that's actually fucking cool. Because I definitely had those moments. As always, I have a hard time remembering them. But then it came. And I was like, that was actually a thing when even back in the day, once again showing my age, when this movie was current, or the movies actually, one of the Batmobiles from the Burton movies, you know, the ones that have an absolutely pointless flamethrower as an engine in the back.
Yeah. Oh God, that's a great choice.
I know, that's such an amazing Batmobile. I would have to check out both of them in close up. I know they were very similar in design, so I probably from memory I could not say which one I would pick over the other. But yeah, one of those two Batmobiles.
That would be a fun fact. The mansion shots in Batman 2 of the Burton films, you know, when they're like they were miniatures, so they were like miniature buildings and everything. So was Gotham, like when they would do these big shots. I've actually seen them in person because they're at the Academy Museum. The only good thing about the fucking Oscars Academy is that museum, because they have a bunch of costumes and props and stuff from movies. God, I would own anything in there. They had the original little animatronic armatures for the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park there. That's really cool. I want it in my home, and I would name it Snuffy. Like, I want it. So I gotta take you to that museum the next time you visit here. It's actually really fucking cool. But, yeah, so good question, Enigma. You get a gold star. That's a good question. Let's see. So this one's from Denim, and this is because she wanted this to be her media, but we had such a long Euroference episode, we didn't do it. Lately, when I have trouble sleeping, I watch cow hoof trimming videos to help turn off my brain. What weird and or gross media scratches that oddly satisfying itch for you? So it doesn't have to be gross, but what is something that's oddly satisfying to you? I mean, like, mine aren't weird. I know a lot of people love pressure washing videos because they like seeing something go from dirty to clean instantly, and it's like, oh yeah. God. Hannah, do you have any? Are you one of those people that like to watch soap cutting? Dash cam footage?
Yeah. I like to watch bad driving and car crashes. I don't know why. I just do.
Well,
Key is one bad day from planning a national treasure heist of the Academy. Shut up, Odie. But okay, so dash cam footage. Okay. God. I guess, like, mine is, like, people painting houses. It's not a weird thing, but there's this one person on TikTok who paints, like, walls in people's houses, and he freehands them with a paintbrush, like, going up to the roof and stuff, and then, like, perfectly around, like, the socket things and everything. And I'm just like, ooh, yes. But anything that's like painting, like when someone can get like a really smooth stroke out of paint or a marker and it's just perfect and smooth, it's like, ooh, beautiful. Yes. I basically like anything that's like such a smooth transition into something. Like when someone cuts perfectly thin lines into wood so it goes into another piece of wood and it looks almost invisible. That is my porn. It is beautiful. I love it. But yeah, so that's mine. It's not really weird. It's very vanilla in the place of oddly satisfying. I'm not someone who watches earwax extractions or something. I know people like that. And I know because they're very popular on TikTok, and I keep getting them on my For You page when I don't want them. It's gross. But yeah, so what about you, Max? Do you have any oddly satisfying things?
I don't know. Denim, do I have any weirdly thought?
I asked you to think about it earlier.
Yeah, but I want you to tell me if I have any.
I don't know.
Okay, I need to come up with an answer myself. No, I guess one thing that I do have on a YouTube channel that is technically about something completely else, Wise Rhino, but he has backgrounds playing in his video. He's like not putting a lot into video editing. He has just a completely static avatar in the corner. Then he sometimes plays clips of something he is commenting on, so the bare minimum, but otherwise he has animated backgrounds. For like half a year or something, he used just... I believe it's sped up. I have no idea how fast those things work. It must be sped up. I assume sped up videos of 3D printers.
Mm-hmm.
I literally have no clue. I believe they work a lot slower. It must have been sped up.
No, they do. I've seen people print things for 48 hours. I watch 3D printing stuff on TikTok.
Then it's probably like very fast. So it's basically like you see it being built up. Then he usually picks it up, waves it a little bit in the camera, and then it plays backwards, and you see the 3D printing going backwards. And I noticed myself being mesmerized by those backdrops. And what he also had before and has again, I believe, is just looping animated backgrounds. And there is one where geometric things pop up and build each other up, and it's kind of like scrolling by at an angle, and they again, something like a lava lamp.
Something that perfectly loops. Oh yeah. I mean, I have like 4 lava lamps in this room. That is satisfying. I mean, I remembered that we had the antithesis of that with the looping backgrounds during the intermission segments during Puppet Show, because we would be like, wait for it. That's what it loops.
Oh, because the loops were so bad. So bad. How can you screw a simple loop up so drastic? Anyways, next question.
Who's sponsoring the podcast today, Max?
Ferret Paw.
Ferret Paw, yay! Okay, so I don't think we have many more questions.
I mean, you're the queen of Discord,
I'm just looking. No, I think we can go to the FMK.
Then.
So, yeah, here we go. Magical Dude, snagging the FMK since nobody has taken it. This week is gonna be sweet. Fuck, marry, kill, baked goods. Oh, you picked an easy one. Cakes, cookies, and pies.
I watched American Pie. I know one answer.
Oh, God, ew. We'll leave a sweet... Wait. Magical Dude's in the chat. Do we pick the flavor of these? Or are you picking them? Because there's a difference between, like, a banana pudding pie and an apple pie.
But
yeah. So hopefully this will leave a sweet taste in your mouth. I'm also expecting at least one of you, cough, Max, cough, to make an American
Oh no! I'm feeling so called out. Oh no! I should have read ahead.
That's it, guys. That's the show. Thank you for
prophecy.
Thank you for our guest, Hannah.
Welcome to the post show. That's it. We can't top it from here. This was as awkward as it gets. No, of course we're going to answer.
Remember to brush your teeth after enjoying sweet treats.
God fucking damn it.
Can someone clip that, please?
200 plus episodes. I should not be surprised that our audience knows us by now, but still, god damn it.
That's beautiful. Someone give that to Wolfhead, please. But yeah, so cakes, cookies, and pies. Hannah, you are our special guest. Look at you under the spotlight, so special. Yay. You go first.
So cakes, cookies, and pies.
Fuck,
All right.
marry, and kill.
And you know what? I think, yeah, you could pick any flavor for these.
Okay, so I'm gonna kill cake because I like cake. I think it just depends. Like, you know, like the generic birthday cakes you get at like the supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of those. I think it's just because they always have so much frosting.
I
And
hate
it's just,
frosting
like,
on
it's too
grocery
much.
store cakes.
If
Thank
it's
you.
light frosting, like if it has like a little thing of it, like a thin layer and like maybe like one little thing on it, that's fine. But if it's got like giant glob shapes of frosting or just like too thick of a layer, I'm just like, no, I can't do it. It's just too much sugar. It feels weird on my teeth.
It gives
Like,
you
I
like a
just feel
film
like
on your teeth, right?
Yeah, and I just feel like there's like individual like crystals or like crumbs or something, and it just feels so strange in my mouth. I don't like it.
I mean,
cake is fine.
You are,
Just frosting is weird.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
automatically
like,
associate the two.
yeah, I mean, I remember when I was a kid and you would have like those cupcakes people would bring into class if your birthday was on a weekday, like a sad person. I used to get made fun of because I would flip the cupcake over and just eat the bottoms because I did not like the frosting.
Yeah, like cupcakes I'm fine with the frosting. It's regular like cake that I'm weird with, which is very interesting.
Yeah, but okay, so you're going to kill cake because it's guilty by association.
Yes. I'm gonna fuck the cookie. But specifically, it's the grocery store sugar cookies. You know the ones.
Oh, like the hard ones that have like the colored sugar on top. Or is it like the fluffy ones that have like the glob of pink frosting on top?
Yeah, them. I love them.
Do you want to
I
fuck
do love
them?
Yes.
I mean, they're not. Because here's the thing, you can. Yeah, I mean, because like I've had a weird phase with those. Like at first, like I liked them. I thought they were fine. Then I learned that everyone fucking hates them.
For visual reference, this is those cookies. Once it loads up. I know that like Americans have like the perfect image in their head of these.
Yep, those the exact things.
I like the cookie themselves. I just don't like the frosting.
I think the frosting on these is fine. It's not too much for me.
But yeah, so you're going to. We're not going to think of the logistics here, but you're going to fuck those sugar cookies and you're going to marry pie.
Let me first show this very fuckable cookies to the audience.
I mean, look at those. Look, to some people, they taste better than sex, so.
Yeah, but you are supposed to have sex with them.
Look, we don't need to think of the logistics.
Anyways.
We've already had the gawk and bussy question today. I think we filled our quota of sex thinking.
And then I'm gonna marry pie because that's my favorite out of the three. I love pie a lot more than cake.
Pie is so good.
Yeah, like there's a cafe near me. It's like it's like a few blocks down, and it's like every day or like every week they have a different kind of pie. The last one I got from there was it was a what was it? It was like a Fruity Pebbles pie. It was so good.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, like they have a banana cream. I think because I was there last week because I go there like every Wednesday just before class and grab something to eat. I think they had like a creme brulee pie.
Creme brulee, you say?
Yeah. They make all the pies are handmade.
I need to rob this place. We're going to continue my string of crime after I rob Scott Innings' house in the Academy Museum. I'm going to go to that place and rob all the pies.
Go ahead. They got the full-size pies. They have little mini pies, and they have singular slices.
And the bank you wanted to rob with your ability to be invisible by holding your breath.
Exactly. Man, we've been talking about a lot of robbery on this show.
You have been talking about committing a lot of robberies.
No, Max, like the cake thing. You are my frosting. You're guilty by association.
I see. But yeah, so we have her answers.
So, yes.
Who is next?
I think I went last time, so this is my turn.
Oh boy.
Okay, I gotta... So let's see. I'm usually not good with figuring out the combination that would not be good for you, but I think I know at least one answer. So I'm gonna fuck pie.
So you're just moving it all just so I can't fuck the pie. You're just rotating it.
Yes.
Do what you want.
So how am I gonna fuck the pie?
I mean, how do you fuck any of those pastries?
I mean, look, I've seen penis cakes made for bachelor parties. There's something that could be made there. But no, I'm gonna fuck the pie because you know what?
Say you're fucking the pie, not the cake.
Yeah, I'm fucking the pie because it's the spirit of the pie, isn't it? Because it is unlike like boring cakes and cookies. Cakes and cookies, they're crumbly. They could be dry. They're just solid. Meanwhile, you have pie, and pie can be anything. Pie can be super transformative. You could have like an apple pie or like a blueberry pie where it's all wet and hot, or you can have something like a banana cream pie or a chocolate cream pie.
I mean, a literal cream pie,
or like a meringue or something where it's
really
more.
Nobody.
I'm not giving that to you. That's too easy, Mr. I referenced American Pie. But or it can be soft and rich. It can be anything you want, which I think is very versatile, and that's good for a one night stand. You don't want something just boring that's only flavored by extra accoutrements. You want something that's flavorful to its core. So I'm fucking the spirit of pie. We're not going to think of how to have that with
just
pie.
Remember to do a very clean shower afterwards.
Yeah, well, yes, you should do that
sugar
after
is
normal
not
sex.
Sugar is not, yeah, but sugar is also not supposed to go down there. Anyway, so you kill or your marriage.
Yeah, so I am going to marry cookies. No.
No, you're not.
No, because then I would have to kill
Yeah.
cake. I'm gonna marry cake.
Yeah.
Because you know how profitable the cake industry is, because people are such sheeple and get cakes for everything. Like, you see birthday cakes, you see wedding cakes, you see congratulation cakes, you see cupcakes for just anything. Depression people eat cakes.
So gold digger answer.
Yes.
Okay. Staying true to your MO.
Yes, I will become the part of the cake dynasty. I will rule over all these cakes.
Fair.
And that is a powerful thing.
But what have cookies ever done to you?
Fuck crumble cookies. They ruin all my algorithms and they sue people. But no, I mean, here's the thing. Cookies is a corrupted baked good. You think that it's pure and it's nice because, you are making cookies with your grandma, with your Grammy Gram, and you set them out for Santa. But capitalism has gotten to them. And not in the way of cakes.
I was about to say, didn't you just make a 5-minute monologue about why you want to get your piece of the cake?
Listen, cakes can at least be for events and everything. Something that in its core can be wholesome. But people are just making trendy cookies. Like, look at this everything bagel cookie. I'm going to charge $15 for it, and it's a Tuesday. And it's too much. Eat the rich and kill the cookies.
Sounds very reasonable. Well, you both have been wrong. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
First of all, a cake is there for fucking, apparently. Here's the thing. What comes on top of the cake?
Frosting.
Therefore, you already know. I'm just doing my job. Anyway, so moving on, I'm killing Pie. Apparently, yes, I'm killing Pie. Because his joke
Why?
about American Pie, it has to end, and the only way is to remove Pie from existence. So that all it leaves behind is a spirit for Key to fuck.
You made Dakota go like, what?
Yeah,
This is your fault, Key. How is this my fault?
Yeah, it is your fault because you rotated the answers that way.
Okay, but yeah, so why are you...
Marrying cookies?
Yes.
I mean, I'm a system admin. Cookies are kind of related to my work, so it's about job security. I only know of one thing of cookie that of one iteration of cookie that exists in the English language, and we are definitely talking about the same one here.
See, I'm disappointed about your cake fucking answer. Not because of the frosting thing, that's genius, but I still hate it. It's the fact that that is the only dessert here that has layers that you could stick your dick in. So I'm just sad you didn't think about the practicality of it all. Right now you're just jerking off on a cake.
You didn't let me fuck the pie!
I'm sorry if you feel awkward about this, Hannah.
Nah, it's fine.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward guests. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests. Artwork and analysis which you do not want to miss on awkward.